Hi, I'm Tina Millball. Welcome to Chat with Tina. With me today, I have a wonderful guest, and his name is Elder Brown. Now, he goes by a more longer name, but I just know him as Elder because he's a good Christian man, and he has invited him on to talk about his life and just about what he's doing in his ministry. So, welcome, Elder.
Thank you for having me here with
Sure.
you, Tina.
Sure. I want to ask you, since we're getting acquainted with one another personally as Christians, I want to know if you want to tell us about how you got involved with ministry.
Well, it wasn't by choice.
Mm-hmm.
It was by calling.
Okay.
See, I was the type of guy, rough, hard-headed, rough, and I made a statement one day, and I didn't know it was going to come back. I made this statement. I say I didn't fear God, didn't fear the devil, and I said this: I could whoop any man. I was 18 years of age, thought I was a man, but then God, like Paul, knocked me off my horse.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, he hates pride. That's one of the 7 things in Proverbs that says that number one is he hates pride, and that's how Satan got kicked out of heaven because of pride. So I'm glad you came to your senses, and God kind of shook you up a little bit. But then, tell me more.
well, after that, see, like I said, people told me in the past that I was a preacher, but I didn't pay them no attention.
Mm-hmm.
But after making that statement, it was on a Friday in '79. I'll never forget that day. He talked to me like we talking now, but in a more authoritative and fearful voice. His first thing he said, "Be not afraid," because I was scared unto death. Mm. Then he say, "I'm in you." And then I wasn't scared when he said, "Be not afraid," but I still was afraid because I didn't eat for 6 whole weeks, wouldn't eat, wouldn't drink. But that day he said, "You are an evangelist." And he gave certain gifts that he told me I had, like gift of healing, and you would bless people with your guitar. But, when he got a hold to me, and he said this, that's when I humbled myself down, when he said, not even a man want to go where he had prepared for me.
Right.
And when he said that, I humbled down. And ever since then, I've been on the battlefield for him.
Which is good. You're on the right side. You're not on the wrong side anymore. On the right side. Yeah, you're no longer Satan's, how you call it, Satan's idol, or what you want to call it. He's been able to switch sides in the battlefield and said, now you know who's going to get the victory and the winner of this whole thing.
And yay.
So then how long has this happened? When you said you're about 18?
Yay, about 18. Like I say, when I was 18. And during that 6 weeks period, know who had to take care of this man? His mama. His mama had to wash him up, wash me up. She tried to feed me, but I wouldn't eat because I was still kind of shucking up, scared. But eventually I heard the ice cream truck, Tina, go down the street. My mama's, she had the biggest smile on her face, something like yours. She had the biggest smile when I said, "Mama, can I have an ice cream?" She jumped for joy because I didn't eat for a whole 6 weeks. But also, my brother told me, say, after that 6 weeks, I wouldn't talk for a whole 9 months. And he asked me, he came up and, they called me Marcy. They say, "Marcy." I said, "What?" He said, "Do you still feel the same way?" I done forgot about what I said. I said, "What way?" He said, "About God." I said, "Yeah, well, one thing about this, Tina." I said, "Well, I still feel that I could whoop any man with the help of God, but I wouldn't touch man because that's God's creation." And I say, about the devil, I respect the devil because God got him there for knuckleheads. You want to be a knucklehead, he got a place for you. But I still, with God, up to the day, I'm just a baby.
Yes.
I'm just a baby.
You rely on him for your for everything, for your life. And you know He's going to guide you. And tell me, He's guiding you, and where did He guide you to?
Well, he guided me from, he's been with me ever since. Even when I was born, I didn't realize it. I was born of triplets. And back then, they only had something called an incubator baker. Mm-hmm. And I only was about a half a pound. But Mama didn't get to see me until about 6 weeks or more before she got to see me. And she stayed in the hospital all that time too. The other two siblings, two of the triplets, they were 7 and 6 pounds, mm-hmm. but they didn't make it. Mm-hmm. But God already had, was looking over me, had work for me to do. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, He's been taking care of me all the way up.
Satan knew that. Satan knew that He wanted to take you out even when as little as you were.
Yeah.
And God says, no, I have plans for this man. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people that have, they are running from God, and they just don't want to be part of His family, to be servants for Him. Even Jesus humbled Himself and been a servant. And what happened to Him? He got to sit next to the right side of God and says that you have all authority over everything. And like you saying, that God also is guiding your life, and you've got anointing on you, and you're doing it to further the kingdom.
Yay.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay, so so you went ahead and you became a pastor. When did this happen, and where did you go?
Well, it was a long process. Just like with a baby. When he's born, he don't come out running.
No.
When he's born, he come out suckling on his mother's breast.
Right.
He gets stronger and stronger that he can eat baby food. Mm-hmm. Eventually, they get the scooting on their belly. And before you know it, they're crawling. Then, as a Christian, we walking.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, we running, walking, and falling, but God bringing us up. He making us. And so, with that, it was a growing process to get to this point of life. Through many valleys, and I found out this, Tina. We are being made when we're in the valley.
Oh, amen. Amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody, matter of fact, you could tell those people out there, just tell them that we have valleys we go through. Tell them the people.
Honestly, children.
He's a preacher, go ahead.
And when I say children, I mean children of all ages. This Christian walk is not something that happened overnight. You're going to have trials and tribulations. But I reassure you this. God is making you when you're in the valley. So when you're going through your trials and tribulations, don't you quit. Because, and I'm talking to the preachers now too, and you all know, sometimes things may not go the way that you wanted to do, but you got to hang on in there for the children's sake. You got to hang on in there for your soul's sake. Hang on in there, because you know the race not given to the swift or the battle to the strong. Mm-hmm. So hang on in there, children. And you preachers, you hang in there, because the children need you, the church needs you. We need you.
The leader, the shepherds, to lead this flock. Yeah. And that's what they need them. And if they start getting out of hand, God sees that, and either He say straighten up, or He says replace you. That's the way God is. He won't mess with people. And I say with Jesus, He's a humbled kind of servant, but you forget He's also God.
That's
right.
It
says that He was called Emmanuel, God with us, when He was born. But I don't know if I understand people sometimes why that they think that God is a God of, well, Jesus is a God of love, and God. He's a God of love, and He's a God that will never ever, do harm you, or He always will live, and He protects you. Yeah, but sometimes He puts through the fire, doesn't He though?
Yeah, but see, just like you, Tina, and I hope you did it when you was growing up with your children. Mm-hmm. If you love them, you chastise them. Right. God loves us, He chastises us.
Exactly.
And so He's a God of love. But love, my mama used to say this, Tina, when I used to act up, she whooped me. She said, it hurt me more than it hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
And I understood what she meant after I got older and had a knucklehead child of my own. Whoop them. It hurts you to whoop them, but if you love them, you'll whoop them. God loves us, and He whoops us.
He does.
If He don't whoop us, He loves us. And God said this when we get whoopings. If we don't take the whooping, we mumble and complain. Know what He called us? He called us bastards.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it said in the Bible.
Right, right.
He said you are a bastard
Mm-hmm.
if you mumble and complain when God whoop you. So we need it, and the preachers need it too, because they got to remember they're in a responsible position, and they're going to be held accountable because the children need them.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you there. All right, so people want to come. Now, you being a pastor, how long have you been a pastor?
Well, honestly, since 2024.
Okay.
About 2024.
I'm sure you've had a lot of people come to you and have talked to you, want to have you pray with them.
Yeah.
And you said you are 24 hours there available, which is a lot of preachers will have phone numbers. They know their phone number. They just call them up and say, well, my son's out there in the bar and he's in a bad accident. Can you help us? And that's what you are. You're serving for God, and you're doing what God wants you to do. And not to, you may lose sleep, but you always get the next day. I mean, that's the way I feel about it. And but like when the people come to your church, first of all, where is it located, and what's the hours that your worship service is?
Well, it's located at 528 Heather Drive. Service times on Wednesdays is at 8 o'clock. On Sunday, we have it at 7:30 p.m. And also we have 1818 West 3rd Street at 5 o'clock. And you're welcome to come out anytime.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then you do this sermon, and then you also play your guitar. Have you written any music, or you just been?
Well, I got a whole wealth of songs from the Lord.
Okay.
We play the guitar through the glory of God. And that's one of the gifts that He have given us, giving Him all the glory and honor.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know that I asked you one time, because I said, you play left-handed. I said, are you left-handed? He goes, no, just when I play my guitar. And I thought that's interesting that you use both of the, my brother used to have, my mom got him a BB gun many, many, many years ago. He shot with his left hand. I thought that's interesting. But you're right, you play with your left hand.
Well, I prefer playing with the left hand, which I do. Because actually, the hand up on the neck that does most of the work, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. Mm-hmm. But now, I thank God I can play it upside down, right-handed, left-handed. Mm-hmm. Through the grace of God, I can play it left-handed, right-handed, upside down, or behind the back, or with the teeth. But it's all through the glory of God.
Right, right. Now, and you said the hours were at 8 o'clock, and also you have Sunday night services, which is good, but also you have Sunday morning services. Do you have a Sunday school?
Well, we have more or less a teaching class. We have services throughout the week.
Okay.
Like at 12 o'clock a.m. we have services.
Okay.
And so we have teaching classes during that hour.
During noon, or is it
noon?
Okay.
Noon, but since you mentioned during noon, we have a prayer hour at 12 o'clock a.m.
Okay.
Yes, 12 o'clock a.m.
Okay. Yeah, that's great that you guys are showing a lot of interest in glorifying God, but also just bring the lost in. There's a lot of preachers that just don't want to, the money's first and then the souls are second in some cases. But do you have a vision about your church for the future?
Yay. Well, our vision is this. Is, of course, to reach out, help the ones in the community. Mm-hmm. And we're working with, Bishop Tide on a project, and a gentleman named Jeff from out of town. what we're working with is developing homes for the homeless.
Oh, good.
Not only that, working with building a stadium for the kids can come through, not just any old stadium,
Yeah.
a professional stadium.
Wow.
And we're working with several professional football players and basketball players is working with us to get this thing up and running. And we thank God for Bishop Tide, Bishop Ronald C. Tide II.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's the man you should have on your show one day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should have him on there.
I'll keep him in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you have a vision that to have a stadium, and also obviously your church would grow and have more lost people coming in. That would be another vision that you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's part of the overall vision, and we're reaching out, helping the motherless children, and helping the children that have the mothers that have children without the counterpart to help them,
Mm-hmm.
without the males. A lot of our males done got locked up,
Oh, really?
got killed,
Goodness.
or some of that nature. Just deadbeat dads. We don't want that.
Right, right. Yeah, you've got a new life. And
Yeah.
they can have a new life too. Okay, so tell me, is this tape during, Trump's birthday was just yesterday? So I just remember that date but today's the 17th of June, and July 4th is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any events coming up on those days?
Yes, well, we're planning on
Okay.
having an outside barbecue for the community, but not just for our community. You're welcome to come. Those that are out there in television land, YouTube, you all welcome to come. Because honestly, Tina, we all just one family.
That's right.
We just
Family
one
of God.
family.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And is it free food, or do they have to charge them?
Well, I believe in this. Did Jesus charge when he took them few loaves and fed them people? No. I think it shouldn't be any charges whatsoever. And you preachers, if you charging for food, you shouldn't be doing it. Give that food away. Give it.
Jesus did. Yes.
You give it. That's what Jesus did, and we say we want to be like Jesus.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But
it's true.
we don't want to do that.
No.
We say that, but they don't do that. But we ourselves and some of us do it.
Yes.
We do it.
Okay, got a question to ask you, which I didn't ask earlier. Okay, first of all, you being single at 18, and but what happened between 18 and when you became a pastor? Did you get married and have children, or did you become single? Or?
I like that. Well, what happened was this. I wasn't much of a talker like I am now.
Because you're on Chat with Tina, that's why.
That's right. I'm on Chat with Tina.
You chat with me, honey.
What happened is this, Tina, and I'm glad you asked that. This young lady had just the radiant smile like you have. I walked up to her. Matter of fact, she was my sister's best friend.
Okay.
And she came over one day, and I saw her, and I said this. I said, "You're going to be my wife, right?" And she said, "Yes." And then my sister say, that was before God got a hold of me. She said, "Tell them to quit smoking and drinking." Okay. No, I called myself really wasn't going to do that.
Wow.
But when God got a hold of me, just so happened I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after that, we got married.
Good.
We got
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you have children now?
Well, we got they all grown now, but thank God that we do.
Mm-hmm.
But believe it or not, we was the first one that got married in the state of Ohio on a Sunday.
That's right.
And my bishop had 4 services to do that day, 3 outside the wedding. And we found out on our 27th anniversary, he came to me and said, "Son," I said, "Yes, sir, Bishop." He said, "They was betting on you." I said, "What?" He said, "They was betting that y'all won." He said, they told him he wasting his time. They say it's Sunday now, by next Saturday, they're going to begin the divorce. He said, the longest they gave us was 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
But through it all, God gave me an angel. And we stayed together all that time we stayed together up until 2019. And I told you before what happened. I told you, she left me for a better man after
Okay.
all that time.
That's a shame.
And you know who that better man was.
Oh, Jesus,
That's
of course.
right. She left me for Jesus.
You kind of threw me there, the elder.
Yeah.
But so then you had 2 children,
Mhm.
and so they're growing now. Are they involved with the ministry too?
Well, we have one involved with it. The other one is not quite there yet, but we're looking for her to get there.
Yeah, pro changes things.
Mhm.
He'll do the will of the Lord once God gets a hold of him and start guiding him
Yeah.
to the right way he should be going. Okay, then. Okay, now I know we mentioned about having events coming up, and we said July 4th is one of them. Is there any other events that are coming
Oh,
up?
yeah. We've been talking to some of the young men in the neighborhood. It's, we got a group called the Jaguars, which what they do is they try to teach the young men how to be young men.
Okay.
Teach them about their religion,
Mhm.
teach them about God.
Mhm.
And
Teach them to be a good husband to the wife.
that's
yeah.
right, being good husbands to their wives. 'Cause a lot of this stuff don't be taught.
No, it
A lot
doesn't.
of it don't be taught. So Marcus, we got this young man named Marcus Beavers and Elder James Brown working together with us
Okay.
on that. And we also have others in the community working on tent meetings outside services. So we're working on that. But the main thing is focusing on
Doing the will of God.
doing the work in the will of God.
Mhm. Now you talked to tent services, tent revivals. Is there any ones coming up in the near future?
Yes, we have some coming up in the near future. The date is not certified yet,
Yes.
but we are going to have some. And the thing is this: churches have a lot of meetings,
Right.
but we just don't want to have a meeting. We want souls to be saved.
Exactly.
Because ain't they used to having what they call Pentecost and all those meetings and those souls being saved? There's a lot of people that give those meetings for money. And we ain't giving it towards that. We're giving it towards saving the souls.
Yeah, it's because Jesus didn't do that. They had bills to pay, so to speak, and he just say, open this fish and you'll find coins, and then we need to pay Caesar. But he didn't worry about things like that. He wasn't anxious about anything. He just said, well, it's there in the fish. Let's open it up. It's there. I think it was Peter. I think he said it too.
And Jesus still got fishes today that will give to you.
Yeah.
Use man to give unto your bosom if your ways please him. See, a lot of these shepherds today, and I'm not getting on the shepherds, I'm trying to help the shepherd.
Sure.
They take them from the flock instead of giving to the flock. We need shepherds and leaders who are going to give to the flock instead of take from the flock.
Yeah, trying your faith.
That's right. And let God take care of you under shepherds, your apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. God will take care of you if you trust him. Don't take from the folk.
Don't compromise your
That's
walk
right.
with the Lord. Too many people go ahead and say, well, I've got a full-time job. I'm an engineer. I've got family fee and everything. But one thing they forget, God made that family. Those are gifts from God. Those children are a gift from God. The wife is a gift from God. And I think it's interesting that also they just say, well, I've got to take care of it. And then God says, no, this is what you do. He says that you go ahead and rely on me. I will take care of you. That's what you're saying, the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like what you said about engineers got a job, this and that. But those who God have called, those who God have chosen, don't be like Martha. No, Martha, she chose to serve the folk.
That's true.
But Mary chose to be at the feet of Jesus.
Right.
Don't you know a lot of these preachers today, Tina? And I love the preachers. I'm concerned about them. They spend 8 hours a day working for man and only give God a little time. Put them on the back burner. A lot of them do that.
Yes, I
But
agree.
God don't want that.
Yes, he just wants you there just 1 hour, maybe 2 hours a day on Sunday. Forget about Sunday night. Forget about Wednesday night. I'm too busy. When you think about it, Elder, when you get to the point where you just say, Jesus says to you when you're standing before him, why didn't you go to church on those days? Why did you just go ahead and say, too tired, too busy, I've got other plans, when you're putting things like that in front of God? And God doesn't go for that. He doesn't like that.
And you're right. And Tina, it's like this too. And even Christians, not so much of the under shepherds, but it come from those leaders. They make every excuse they can not to go to church. They have to work. But come time to go to work, they work all them hours a day throughout the week.
We look at on the traffic on Sunday morning. Do you see a lot of traffic jams and everything? And they're on the radio saying you got to stay off this highway because it's just too packed. No, you don't see that at all there, Elder.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
right, Tina. I'm
we're all
glad you
sleeping in
brought that up. They all sleeping in or too tired.
You gotta go to golf.
Good day to go golfing.
It may be snowing, but they don't care.
No.
But anyway, well, I see we're getting the count down to a minute here. So I just want to let you know I appreciate you coming on, Elder, and telling us more about your walk with the Lord and being a good pastor as you are, and bringing in the lost, because this is the very end of times where we are living, and people need to take the relationship with Jesus more serious. More serious. So, but other than that, I thank you all for tuning in and watching Chat with Tina. And you all have a blessed day, and go to church next Sunday, okay? God will love you, and he will bless you for that. Bye-bye.
God bless you. All right.
Sure.
It's over. Yeah.